Well, I figured I'll do a Romulan run through of Blood of Ancients. Let's see what it looks like. By now, most everybody's gone through and done these missions. This is just a grinder mission.
And thank you for coming. We've gathered here the finest commanders from Starfleet, the Klingon Defense Force, and the Romulan Republic.
Really?
We may have been enemies in the past. Now, we must fight as one. May I introduce Captain Cog?
This really does sound like something a 12-year-old would like, right?
Against the Iconians, and report to the commanders of all three fleets.
Greetings. The Iconians.
And again, I guess the target audience for this game is about 11 or 12, so enough of that. Okay, my Romulan guy. Listen
Herald
to this.
ships on an intercept course. All ships, defend the starbase.
Okay.
I've never seen anything like these Herald ships before.
Ship is under attack. 4 shields failing.
There's too many of them. Begin evacuation procedure.
Well, how about we just get the hell out of Dodge here before we get our asses handed to us?
Left shields failing. Hull integrity below 75%. Hull integrity below 50%.
I get that. My hull integrity sucks. Thank you. Well, we start shooting something. Anything. Somebody fire.
Rear shields failing.
Go plasma. And those guys are just running off in the middle of nowhere. We're free! Let's go blow up this cloud.
Warning. Ship is under attack. 4 shields failing.
What an annoying ship.
Hull integrity below 75%.
Of course, I have cannons, and I don't have any cannon
Right shields failing.
command options.
Rear shields failing.
This cannon will be replaced as soon as I get more disruptor beams. Cannons are supposed to be really powerful, but they're not that powerful. They're actually kind of thucky. Stop shooting that blue goo at me. Dick.
Rear shields failing. Rear shields failing. Target shields have failed. Left shields failing.
I have a bad feeling that this mission ain't gonna go quite as planned. Blow up, will you? Just blow up. Freebie.
Hull integrity below 25%.
Oh, crud muffin. Call some help. That popping sound you hear, as I've discussed it before, it's audio compression, where the game has to compress the audio in order to send it to through the internet to the player, and it does a really bad job when there's a lot of data being sent, like in combat, of decompressing the audio, and they're just gonna sit out here, float, and do nothing. You get this audio popping and crackling sound. Destabilized audio. And that again is just because so much data is being pushed. You'd think, games like this that have had many years to develop and stuff would benefit from games that have, beaten that problem. Like Tribes used to, way back in the late 90s, early 2000s, was all dial-up. And they were able, they're just sitting out there doing nothing except vanishing.
Starting my run from the station.
They were able to beat that compression popping sound issue. So why the hell can't STO?
They're cutting through our shields. They're using gateways
mainly
to get
because
inside the defense
they don't
perimeter.
put a lot of time towards bug fixing or game mechanic improvements. It's, you know, little things that they do, but, you know, for the most part, I think they got like 2 programmers now full time, or is it 1 programmer full time and one guy like part time intern from college or something? I don't know what the deal is, but yeah, most of their development goes towards content, and they don't really work on the bug issues. And when a big one creeps up, like during the winter event, there was a pretty significant bug. It took a month and a half almost for them to fix it. Literally, they got it fixed on the 11th hour and 59th minute, and the players were able to get the things that they were working towards, which was basically free ships. And then in the anniversary event, there was a couple of pretty significant bugs too that were never fixed. And for a long time there were bugs where you would do missions and the missions would never resolve, like board incursion events. PvE was all nerfed, and the person that nerfed it did it because he thought it would be funny to nerf it, and, you know, listen to people complain about how bad it was. And it still is pretty bad. I mean, I'm about ready to blow up here, guys. I don't see any way around it. My board is gonna breach. But yeah, PvE is pretty much toast. I don't even play PvE anymore. I worked my butt off going through a lot of the missions. Bug Hunt was the worst. That was absolutely the worst, because it was the only mission you could do to get the things you needed for the Delta Alliance set. And the Delta Alliance set is worth getting. It's just not worth right in the start race. That should have been an instant death. But yeah, it's worth getting. I really like the Delta Alliance set. I just don't like the crap you have to go through to get it. That Bug Hunt could have been a fun game, but with the crappy ass ground fighting mechanics that is currently infesting STO, you know, ground combat is nauseously bad in STO. It is abysmal, absolutely abysmal. It's great looking. It's really got a lot of potential, but it is just abysmally implemented. I mean, games like Global Agenda, they got it right. They got ground combat done right, and you'd think that even newer games would do it better than this game. And they just got like a real basic. Back in the beta, we realized that the ground combat was pretty lacking, right? And everybody complained about it. It's like, hey, you got to do something here, fix this ground combat. It's not properly implemented. It's got bad mechanics. It's confusing. And you'll see here in a second.
There are too many of them. We can't.
We know. And because you have to take your hands off your main controls in order to do sub-commands, like deploy turrets, do health repairs, things like that. And when you do that, you literally are out of the combat while you're doing it. You never take your hands off your primary keys. Everything should be within, you know, a keystroke away from you know, WSD, or right click, left click, you know, or mouse function, whatever. And it's not like all these right here. The only way I can actually use these is I have to do mouse keys, because I can't use control keys or hotkeys, because then it takes my hand off everything else, and I have to use control and alt. It's a real pain in the ass. But in ground combat, I don't have the option to use the mouse, because the game doesn't give me that option. It's got a little retina, and wherever you move your mouse is where that targeting retina is going to go. Reticle is going to go, and you know, if you move your targeting reticle down here, thinking you're going to click on something, instead of switching to your mouse, it's still a targeting reticle, and yeah, it's pretty bad. Surprised Tom hasn't told me I'm a great pilot yet. Another thing with the dialogue, I guess, is pretty bad. He talks to you like you're flying a shuttle on a starship. Great flying there. Thank you. Except that it's my helmsman you should be talking to. In this case, my left-hand mouse. Actually, I'm using the right-handed mouse today, so. Oh, come on. blow up already. Get tired of following you around, targeting you with my crappy weapons.
Great
Blow up
work on
already.
those scouts. Now, take out the ships headed your way.
Okay. They look like they're all heading my way. Just saying, Tom.
Keep it up.
Okay, I will keep it up. Woohoo! Go Starfleet! Woo, Tom, you're the greatest. Boy, these weapons suck.
Target's shields have failed.
Hey, you finally did me the grace of blowing up. Let's get a heavier weapons. Get some health. Some badass torpedo launching going on here. Those are the, I gotta swoop out of here. My aft torpedoes finish the job.
Great work. Just one more group between you and the planet.
By
Give 'em
group,
hell.
he means one ship. I'm just gonna put it in neutral here and take the hits as they come.
You're
Oh,
close. But the fighting on the ground is getting worse. Need you down there.
come on, I said neutral. Don't be flying away. Well, my big guns, my big weapons that target this. It's electrocuting.
Target's shields have failed.
Oh god, I can't boost my weapons. I'll fire fireworks. I showed him, I fired fireworks at him. He doesn't know what to make of those. Let's get out of the way, come on, before he blows. He's a badass. If he blows, we'll take us with him.
Rear shields failing.
Ooh, that was a pretty significant nail. Yeah, we win.
The situation has become desperate on the Zerg.
Okay, let's beam down. Okay, he sucks. He sucks. She sucks. He's badass. We're good to go. Okay, ground combat in STO. Great looking. Horrible game mechanics. It is just the worst ground combat of any game I've ever played. And I have been playing games for 15, 20 years. And I tell you, I've played literally hundreds of games that deal with ground combat, and this is by far the worst game ever. And it shouldn't be. It should not be. Now, you see my reticle there. I can't, as I look around, it goes up and down. Physically, in order to use the mouse, I have to turn the reticle off, in which case I'm no longer
Thank
firing.
you. Now that the air
And then I have to use one of these commands down here. And then I have to turn the reticle back on. And in doing so, I'm literally taking myself out of the fight while I do this. Now I'm going to hunker down, I'm going to zoom in, which is supposed to give me a bonus. I'm going to take it off of combat, and now I'm no longer firing. So I can't even use my combat. So only option I have are to use hotkeys, in which case, you know, none of my keys really, none of these benefits really work. And when you're hitting them, a lot of times they don't work as advertised. And then you have to hit C and then move forward. You know, it should be like, you know, simplified. Again, Global Agenda did this beautifully. You know, it was just intuitive. This is not intuitive. This is so far counterintuitive as it redefines the term craptastically bad implementation of gameplay. I mean, it's the worst. It looks great. I'm saying this straight up. It's great looking. I love the way it looks. It's just the game mechanics are abysmal. I know I've said this in other videos. I think I said it in my Klingon playthrough. I probably complained about. Ow, and I'm dead.
More heralds are on their way. We can
I'll
take
sit
a
here. Maybe
defensive
one of my
position
guys
in
will
the
revive
ruins.
me. Bring me foods. I know I'm disabled. Oh, I guess I better go on Klingon support. But yeah, I'm sure I complained pretty heavily in my Klingon playthrough as to the craptasticness of the ground mechanics in this game. So I shouldn't have to hit it again, but looky, it's the herd of purple creatures. Ow. Alright, let's kill this Herod. See if this actually see. That's another thing too. I have options to use health, but I can't because they're right now currently grayed out. And if you try to right mouse, or this is left, this is my right mouse button, this is my left mouse button. Now if I tried a combination left-right, I actually move my character.
Sensors indicate Herald forces.
It's kind of a
inbound
crappy
to
way to
this
implement
position.
that.
We
So
must
there are
hold
so many things wrong with the game mechanics and ground combat in this game. It's just, no, I don't want you to run. I just want you to left-right shoot these bastards. How about shooting where I'm pointing instead of the ground, woman? Come on, you're Romulan. You're supposed to know how to use that damn thing. Shoot that turkey. Come on. He tried to blow up your ship. You gonna let this slide? Come on. Ooh, a green thing. It's probably craptastic. Ooh, that's a bad dude. That's not a herald. He's an ass monkey. That's what he is. Now see, for no reason at all, my character just stopped responding. And then that right there is another really, see, instead of being right back to my reticle, I have to take my hand off my WSD key and actually physically reach down and hit the B key. Now I could do that, unfortunately it's such an awkward key position, and you can't change it because it's a B to activate and it's a B to deactivate, but there's only the option to change the activate key. So while I can change the activate key to, say, I don't know, the shift key or
Ruins
the
are
tile
secure.
key,
Next, we must clear the path.
it
ahead.
won't deactivate. I have to physically hit the B key to deactivate it. So there's no way I can hotkey it or rapid switch it on off. It's just, again, it's abysmal. It's abysmal game design. Absolutely abysmal ground combat design here. It's an awesome looking game, though. Don't get me wrong. I love the beams. I love the detail, the level of the detail put into this. But the game mechanics, the control mechanics, the user interface is just absolute garbage. Now, I could pick that up, but I can tell you right now, it's crap. Yeah, it's a crappy-ass Tetron sniper rifle. Woohoo! Yay! Useless. And again, one of the chief complaints I have with this game, apart from the ground combat being so sucky, is that no matter how much you level up, you can have the best consoles, level them all the way up, have the best weapons, love fleet weapons, level them all the way up, update them, upgrade them, do whatever, and you can have the best armor, you know, from the best sets, comboed, whatever. It means nothing, because as you level up, the game automatically adjusts for the computer combat or computer AI. It levels up, and as such negates everything you're doing. And again, when you're in ground combat, hiding behind rocks or trying to crouch and snipe or doing things like you would normally do in an FPS or other RTS games or RPG games or MMORPG games means nothing in this game. It just, you might as well just sit there and just stay in the open and shoot until you can't shoot anymore, until you're disabled. Because taking cover means nothing. And you'll notice that really bad in the bug hunt ground combat, because you can literally be sitting across the room and watch when the AI starts to target you, it'll be going away from you, and all of a sudden it'll be looping back over and hitting you. It's really some bad stuff. That's why bug hunt was such a stinker to play. It really was a bad, like one of the worst implemented ground combat games or segments, chapters I've ever played, and even for STO standards, it was abysmal bad. I don't want that. Now this, overall this isn't all that bad. It's, it was fun the first time I played it, but I played it now, I think 16 times total, and I'm pretty burned out on it. It gets stale. There's nothing to really change. Again, it's on the rail shooter, so it would just be nice if if there was a way. I guess it's a programming thing, and again, they don't have a lot of programmers, so there's no way they can mix things up a little bit. It takes time and money, and nobody has time. And unfortunately, I think the programming they have is probably a little burned out on things, because it's a sad thing where they keep you working on content and new stuff, which is kind of nice, I guess. I mean, but very little effort goes into bug fixing on the front end. I'm sure there's quite a bit on the back end, but on the front end,
I think we can take it from.
sure you can, and that's why you get defeated. On the front end, it doesn't appear to be doing anything as far as bug fixing. In fact, I got banned on the forums for reporting a bug about items missing from the bank, and I got banned for trolling. Literally. I posted, next thing I know, my post was removed, and I was banned, and I was pretty disgusted by that. And then a week later, they list the issue as being an unknown issue in the game, and that they were working on a bug fix for it. So, yeah. They must employ 12-year-olds or 10-year-olds to be moderators in their forums. And I've been a moderator on several forums, Shrapnel Games, the Track Billboards, Mindtrack.net, granted that's more of a server admin than a forums guy, but yeah, still, I've been...
Reinforcements are on their way.
Gateway open
And
to
I've
the
never,
east.
ever banned somebody for reporting a legitimate bug, which is what I did. I did an official bug report. I had video. I walked through it, extremely detailed, and I was banned. And then I also got a ban notice from the console itself saying that if I kept reporting frivolous bugs, like it was a fake issue, I would get banned.
Inbound from the southeast.
And then a week later, they're listing it as a known issue, and they were telling me just a week before they're going to ban me because it wasn't a legitimate issue. I will pick this blue thing up because it's kind of neat looking, but yeah, I was pretty bummed about that. Trying to stay out of that guy's range until he does his thump thing with his hammer. She's my weakest ground combat character, but she's got a pretty decent Romulan set going on here from the anniversary. The Harry Kim anniversary set, or whatever it was. I've got the Rom set here for her. Actually, I think they did a pretty decent job on this Rom set. He's gonna go down. He's gonna go down hard. And I got a Shadow Slayer, whatever that means. I guess I've killed quite a few of those guys now. I don't know if this is the 5th run through with her or the 4th run. No, this is her 5th run through. I made the mistake of getting anti-proton beams when I already had them. I did that twice, and then I realized, why am I getting anti-proton beams? I already got complete anti-proton beams. I don't need their
Watch out. Gateway
anti-proton
opening to the
beams.
east.
Don't step in that stuff, it'll burn you. It is bad stuff. Okay, this is southeast. Okay, so if that's southeast, that's east, that's north. Yet this is north. They didn't put much effort into actually addressing those issues. Okay, now this is south. Herald's coming in from the south, and that's southeast. I don't get it. I tell you, it makes no sense. How about we stand in here and get our shield power back up? These guys are pissing me off. They will not die fast enough. Ooh, somebody got a flank on that dude.
We have retaken the ruins.
That is actually, I gotta say, one of the best playthroughs I've had on this map so far. Up to this point. It wasn't as painful as I figured it would be. I didn't die as many times as I did with my Klingon character. Again, a nice little throwback to the Shadows of Babylon 5 there, nice homage.
Quick, this way.
You heard the man. Retreat. Another nice thing they do with this game is they do little homages to other sci-fi series, iconic sci-fi series like Babylon 5 and even Black Hole. They've done some stuff with the, which is from like 1979. They won an Academy Award for a fireball going through the center of the ship, which was pretty damn impressive at the time. There should be some bad guys here. Maybe they haven't materialized yet. If we're lucky, we won't get any bad guys. Because we kicked ass. I think this might actually be a bug here, guys. There should have been 2 sets of bad guys here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've got a bug going on here, guys. No bad guys here. Okay, so I'll probably get banned for reporting this as a bug, but looks like the mission hasn't actually started. I don't want to have to restart the mission, and God only knows that'll probably be what happens here. Let's go back to the spawn point. If I have to redo the mission again, I'll be pretty bummered out. Buggers. Alright, well, that's definitely a bug. Let's go ahead and... Oh wait, let's do the mission briefing first. That might have been the issue. I may have skipped the mission briefing. Alright, now it's working again, so thank God. That wasn't a bug, that was a derp on my
New
part.
Romulus is reporting heavy casualties. What happened down there?
I wonder if I could do that and actually be in the other room. And I wonder how... I'm going to try that on my next playthrough. I'm not going to
Sensors
do
are
the
picking
op
up some
report
unusual power emanations from
until I'm in the
surface.
room with the Herald, or with the Iconian. And then I'll see... Come on, die already. You too. Don't target me. I want to live and win. Not die because I can't hide behind anything, you bastards. See how that works, see what that'll do. If I can get the jump on that Iconian and win, I will be so stoked. Because I hate fighting that damn thing. It's kind of a neat battle, don't get me wrong. It's one of those battles that you literally just gotta keep respawning and charging in. Unless you're, of course, like my Klingon character. Charging in is, pointless. Because you're just gonna charge right to your death. Over and over again. Klingon! We die good! Yeah! Today's a good day to die. If that's their mentality, and today's a good day to die, then they're really willing to die real easily and not, put any effort into, I don't know, not dying. Because Klingons would rather die in battle, so atypically they go into battle to commit suicide. Because no Klingon wants to live to old age, because really smart Klingons do live to old age, and look what happened to Kor, and Kang, and Kolith. They're pitied. Yet they were so good in battle they could not be beaten except by Kirk. And, you know, we all know what happened to Kirk. He died alone on some miserable little shithole planet, you know, after helping Picard. Jean-Luc Picard. Is there a Jean-Luc Picard here? Greatest moment in Star Trek. Love Q. I don't want to watch the Herald yell at me and call me a child again. I know I'm a child. Look at me. I have a blaster and I'm sitting on the ground shooting you. And your shields are impressive. But yeah, it was just, I don't know. Stay away from me. You bad. You bad, Harold. You bad, Harold. Don't hold me. I'm not your pet. I don't want to be held. I cannot... I want to use my hotkeys. I want to throw a grenade at this guy, but if I do it, the moment I take my hands off of it, I get killed. Because I just become vulnerable. So I just want to run in there and throw my freeze grenade at him, and see if I can do it. There we go. Freeze! Freeze, you bastard! You rat bastard! How you like the cold? Huh? How you like them icicles? Of course, my bullets don't pass through stuff, but everybody else's do. Oh, yeah. Doesn't even phase this guy. Stop shooting me with your little blue spoon. Of course, I could just keep letting my guys fight this guy, but it doesn't do any good because as much as they shoot him, he won't take any damage. I have to be the one that hurts this dude, takes him out. I'll keep shooting him with my pea shooter here. Ooh, that hurt me. Stop it. That hurts. Really, this mission does go on way too long. And I think that's why the grindiness of it is so depressing. It's a really hard mission to play in the regards that it's a very long mission with, I don't know, this is one of those things I think could have been benefited from a rethink as far as combat goes, for how much combat there is in it. Granted, it needs, for the benefit, it needs to be, you know, what it is, but still, it's... How many ground combats, phases of ground combat? Like 13 total phases of ground combat, maybe 14. You have to count them. I could actually be wrong on that, but I think I counted 14. Depending on the waves in the next level, because the highest I got was like 4 waves, and the least I got was 1 wave. So, and I think as the next mission, the next segment of this game, this mission, this episode is a timed issue, so it doesn't matter how much you fight them. The best thing to do is just to run around and only kill the first wave, and if you do that, then you don't have to face the second wave, because it's a timed mission. Okay, this doesn't really make any sense to me. I don't know, I guess after the first time I played it, I'm not interested in pausing the game for 30 seconds while I do stupid shit like this. Again, this is one of those things that you should automatically be able to skip if you've already played it, but, you know, negates the purpose. If you're gonna grind the mission, you might as well play the whole mission. But boy, I tell you, just doing this right here, just running around, doing this zombie crap here, is a real drag. I call this zombie crap. Running from point A to point B to do something stupid at a console is zombie crap. And after you do it the first time, the novelty is gone.
I'm a little busy here. Acknowledged.
Alright, and now we're on to the second to last part of this mission. Episode, whatever you want to call it. My Klingon playthrough, I mentioned that these are really weird looking creatures, but it's a nice throwback to the TOS. See the thing there from Kirk he actually activated the darn thing, got hit in the head, ended up marrying some Indian woman, and by Indian woman I mean Native American Indian woman. And
Greetings, my child.
McCoy had to make him think that she died so he would leave the planet and leave her behind. So they had to fake her death. And that's what happened. She didn't really die. Her death was faked. It's a funny story about that episode. The guy that played the provocateur, the I guess medicine man in that episode, is actually a friend of the family from my dad when my dad was younger. And the guy did a lot of movies and stuff like that. He was actually a friend of my father's. Pretty neat. Let's go through here. Ow! Don't shoot me in the back. That's not nice. Ow! Stop it! It's mean. Being mean. Hey, oh, these guys are not friendly to me. Ow. Drat. I'm waiting for the Buck Rogers references here. You know, the Draconians. Oh, wait. We already have the Draconians, don't we? No, we have the Iconians. Ugh. You know what? I think her armor is malfunctioned in. Let's just stay out of trouble for a few minutes here. I said stay out of trouble. Now I gotta come defend you because you won't stay out of trouble. Dude, literally, your vest is made of paper. The big red bullseye on it. I think my Nerf gun does more damage than these things. Oh, the Boy Scouts can't use, can't play with water balloons and water guns anymore. Okay, I'm behind you. Again, it doesn't matter where you are in this game. It's just crappy game ground combat mechanics. Crappy ground combat mechanics. Crappy ground. I'm outside of the red circle, so I should not have taken any damage. But I did take damage. Stop shooting me, you purple bastard. You die too. Stop making me take damage. Well, that's an effective gun you got there. This guy's going down. He's going down too. I ain't afraid of you. I'm gonna kick you in the shin. Ah. You know, I do believe this guy's a sexist monster. You know, what kind of monster would strike a woman? I'm just saying, you know. This is, you know, this is a very not PC game. I'm gonna grab that green one. You never know what it might be. I already know what it is. It's worthless. Another combat suit that doesn't do anything. Alright, 2 waves that time. Alright, possibly 3.
Know that your death will bring me no pleasure, Ancient One.
Then make a different choice, my daughter.
I cannot. Long have we waited for this day. We will reclaim all that was once ours. We will rule this galaxy.
Random phaser beam in the background.
And our duty. None can stand against us.
I can kill you with a thought.
Not even you.
Nice little throwback to Firefly there. Killing the guy with a thought. Pulled a river move on her. Her, him, it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure her, him, it is dead. You look like my neighbor. That's scary.
We're in orbit, and we're not alone.
I built Tex. I can see that. You get a tech built? No.
They are not kidding around. Raise... The Heralds are sending reinforcements. Watch your back.
And how do you know they're sending reinforcements? I'm not gonna watch my back.
Ship is under attack.
In fact, I'm just gonna fly blindly at these guys and shoot my worthless weapons at them. Maybe I might kill one of them before I get blowed up again. Stop following me.
Target
Stop it, I'm
shields
using
have failed.
evasive maneuvers. You're not supposed to be able to target me because I'm using my evasive flying maneuvers. Flying in tight circles, shooting.
Where are the Heralds getting all these ships? More inbound.
I think that was addressed in one episode. They have like an entire solar system just filled to the brim with them, where they can make like a trillion of them, something like that, come through a little wormhole. So you know, if they have that kind of power, they're just toying with. At this point, they're just toying with us.
Fleet is 1 minute out. Keep fighting.
1 minute out. Wow.
Left shield failing.
When seconds matter, you know, Starfleet's 1 minute out.
Hull integrity below 50%. Rear shields failing.
And why is my rear shield failing? Because that's where the bastards are shooting me at.
4 shields
Come on.
failing.
Stabilize.
Just a little
Reinitialize.
longer.
Yeah. Let's power up to my shields there. How we shoot fireworks at them. That gets them every time. They don't know what to make of the fireworks. Deadly fireworks. Best weapon I have is my plasma torpedo, and I have to have it on my aft launcher. Why is that?
More Heralds.
Because
I thought the Borg had a lot of ships. And the cavalry arrives just in the nick of time.
I do love the combat, the space combat of this game. It's really just really nice to look at. It's not frustrating. Because again, it doesn't matter how much you level your weapons up, or what you have on your ship. I love that explosion. It automatically comps for it, so it just negates that. I don't know how well it works in player versus player, because I've never done player versus player except once, and literally I blew up like a half a second after the match started because the guy was cheating. And he got banned, I guess, at some point, so I guess he did that to some admin, and the admin's like, you're not playing no more. You don't play fair. He wall hacked us.
Rear shields failing.
Well, yeah, because I can't turn.
Hull integrity below 50%.
I'm going to blow up again, folks. Is this... I love the design of that. That is actually a pretty cool looking design.
We'll hold the Herald forces here. Alpha team, engage that dreadnought before it can power up
No,
its weapon.
I'd rather run. Better part of Valier is survival. And there we go. I collapsed in my own singularity there.
Target's shields have failed.
Again, that's some of the details of this game that really just set it apart. Are the space combat and the explosions and everything else. It's just the ground mechanics that really suck, the ground combat mechanics. Yeah, and we'll flip around. The handling of the ship, the camera maneuvers, everything else, as far as or space combat goes, are quite exceptional. I really say, I really fell in love with that, and I think that's what drew me to the game. And just apart from being in the beta, which I gave up on years ago, and then some friends of mine talked me into playing it again, and I gotta say, you know, the ground combat's what seriously drew me back into the game. Like ground combat, space combat. Ground combat scared me off. It frustrates me. That and PvE games, player versus environment. They used to be fun. I think they were fun for like 1 month, and then they fixed them. They were fun for a month, and then they nerfed the hell out of them, and they've never been fun since. They've just been tediously dull. Not dull, just crap. Alright, and that's that. There's a final little mission briefing where they whine about losing, and I don't really care to listen to it. That is a big bird ship. And that's that, folks. Thanks for watching.